accounts. My account will solely be about Lexi if you want to follow. I'm going to change the bio to Lexi Hull fan page. So, yeah.
We had just really good ball movement, found the open person, got to our open spots, and knocked down shots. I think the fourth quarter, I don't know what our field goal percentage was, but felt like we were crashing and the ball just kept going in. So, I mean, we feed off of that, feed off of each other, and it's just a fun end of that game.
16,000 people, right? I think that's what it was tonight. So just a huge win for the Fever.
From college sensation to WNBA record breaker in just 28 games, Caitlyn Clark's journey has been fast but far from smooth. Physical play, sky-high expectations, and the pressure of turning a franchise around. How is the rookie phenom handling it all? The road to WNBA fame for Caitlyn Clark hasn't been easy. She was surprised by the league's physical structure when she first went onto the court. Given the WNBA's reputation for fierce, competitive play, Clark had to adjust fast. She did, however, adjust. She used those early setbacks as fuel for her competitive fire in typical Clark fashion. We witnessed a change as the season went on. Clark was more than simply having fun, she was in control. Now let's speak about the stats, which are rather outstanding. Before her historic performance, Clark was averaging 23.7 points and 11.7 assists per game in the 6 games that preceded it. That's not just good play, that's rookie level excellence. But the numbers aren't everything. Clark has a greater influence on the floor than just his stats. Her ability to locate teammates in seemingly impossible situations is becoming famous, and she has amazing court vision. Do you recall that matchup with the Chicago Sky? With a full court pass to Kelsey Mitchell, Clark had everyone's mouth dropping. She had what appeared to be eyes at the back of her head. These kinds of plays aren't simply for the highlight reel, they're game changers that energize the whole squad and change the momentum. Not to mention, she can score goals. Not only does Clark throw out assists, but she also makes the basket herself. Her prolific three-point shooting has made opponents closely guard her and created opportunities for her teammates. The historic matchup with the Seattle Storm was the culmination of all of this. Clark made a powerful first impression. She was slicing past opponents, seeing open teammates, and making baskets with the ease of a natural. By the end of the game, Clark had scored 23 points on 19 of his 19th attempts. But the scoring wasn't the only factor. Her stat line was enhanced by 9 assists and 5 rebounds, demonstrating her versatility. Because of his all-around excellence, Clark is becoming a genuine contender for Rookie of the Year.
Their rotations, once they got tired, just weren't as good, and then we were able to get, not as many contested shots, and we were able to knock them down. And I don't know what we shot there in the fourth quarter, but it felt like we made just about every shot.
We're hard to guard when everyone's making their shots, so it's just exciting to kind of get into a rhythm as a group. And yeah, we're excited just to take each game as it comes, but keep moving forward, keep building on this one.
The assist that broke the record itself. It was a beautiful object. With a flawless pass, Clark found Lexi Hull, who drained the opportunity. It was assist number 225, breaking the record set by rookie Ticha Penicheiro in 1998 with 224. And Clark accomplished it in just 28 games, which is proof of her extraordinary ability to create plays. Clark broke the record, and Penicheiro herself praised him, stating, "This record is in great hands. It's a moment of passing the torch from one master dramatist to another." The problem is that Clark is doing more than just shattering records. She's altering the rules. A new age of WNBA basketball is being ushered in by her play style, court vision, and ability to improve her teammates. Looking back at Clark's journey up to this point, it's evident that this is only the beginning. She has demonstrated her capacity for growth, adaptation, and problem solving. She has demonstrated her ability to excel at the greatest level in women's basketball. Although the media focused mostly on Caitlyn Clark's incredible performance, another Indiana Fever player had a memorable evening. After being largely silent throughout the season, Lexi Hull unexpectedly burst into a game that changed his career and astounded both fans and observers. Let's go back in time and examine Hull's season thus far. The Stanford product in her second year had been having trouble establishing herself in the WNBA. This season, she had only scored 10 points or more twice, and she had never made more than 3 three-pointers in one game. When Hull took the floor to play the Seattle Storm, it's safe to say that the expectations were low. However, basketball has a tendency of taking us by surprise, and Hull surprised us. She played a fantastic game, not just a decent one. Hull scored 22 points in the end, a career high, while making an amazing 8 of 10 free throws. Her three-point shooting, though, was what caught people's attention. Hull shot 6 of 7 from beyond the arc, demonstrating accuracy that would have made even the league's top shooters envious. The timing of Hull's performance is what elevates it even further. She saved her best for last, scoring 12 points in the fourth quarter that proved to be vital. These weren't just ordinary scores, rather they were game-changing, momentum-shifting buckets that enabled the Fever to win. Specifically, one sequence jumps out. Hull made back-to-back three-pointers as the game was still in the balance. These shots were crucial for more reasons than simply the scoreboard. They started a 15-2 run that virtually pushed the game out of the Storm's grasp. It was the kind of game-changing performance that can alter a player's trajectory in the league and define their career.
I take away that we have a lot of room to grow and we have a lot of potential as a group. I think playing basketball for money and actually getting paid to do the thing that I love is super exciting.
Where do you think you individually grew the most this season?
I think I grew the most just feeling comfortable and letting the game come to me with more time on the court, playing with people who I'd looked up to my whole lives, that now that I'm just one of those players and to just play free.
Hull's remarkable performance wasn't an overnight success. After being benched early in the season, it was a statement made in response to hardship. In the WNBA, this type of tenacity, the capacity to remain composed and perform when necessary, distinguishes excellent players from exceptional ones. Throughout the entire game, Hull and Clark's connection was apparent. Actually, the rookie assist record was broken by Clark's assist to Hull. This bond represents the developing camaraderie among the Fever players, which bodes well for their performance moving forward. Never one to hold back when complimenting her colleagues, Clark was overflowing with praise for Hull's performance. She announced, "This is now a Lexi Hull fan account." Following the game, this level of cooperation and friendship has the power to take a team from good to exceptional. And not only was Hull's shooting spectacular on its own, but it also played a significant role in the Fever's overall dominance outside of the arc. Indiana made 15 of 31 three-pointers as a team, compared to the Storm's 7 of 20 three-pointers. Due to Hull's infectious precision, her colleagues caught on, and an offensive firestorm was created. This victory was more than simply Hull's individual achievement. It was a declaration for the whole Fever squad. They have now tied the number of wins they had from the previous season with this triumph. It's an evident indicator of development and a concrete representation of their improvement in only a single year. Taking a closer look at Hull's performance in relation to the Fever's season, it's difficult to remain neutral. This is about a team discovering its identity, with different players stepping up when it counts most, rather than simply one guy having a great game. The triumph of the Indiana Fever over the Seattle Storm was not just based on standout performances. It was a collaborative endeavor that demonstrated their developing chemistry and promise. Even though Lexi Hull and Caitlyn Clark took center stage, another important player made a significant contribution. The Fever's reliable scorer, Kelsey Mitchell, had an outstanding evening as well. With 27 points, she was the team leader and shot an amazing 5 of 8 from three-point range. Throughout the entire evening, Mitchell's capacity to produce her own shots and make crucial baskets kept the pressure on the Storm's defense.
Clark, what a pass, hit stride, and Hull lays it in, and missed the bunny. Here comes Clark. Wielding through traffic, finds Hull, lays it in. On that one. Knockdown threes at that spot when you're playing with Caitlyn Clark, and how much Lexi Hull has unlocked that for Indiana. On cue. Hull on the wing, connects. Slings it over to Hull, wide open three. She got it. A lot of second half minutes. Mitchell speeds into the paint, curls around, Hull connects. Lexi Hull have a day.
The Fever's recent success is increasingly being attributed to its well-rounded approach. They no longer depend on one or two players to do all the heavy lifting. Rather, they're receiving contributions from every player on the team, which makes them a far more formidable opponent. The Fever's performance demonstrates their enhanced connection. They've been playing at their best since the Olympic break. There's a tangible sense of trust on the court, defense rotations are more skillful, and players are finding each other at the perfect times. Its chemistry has produced outcomes. The Fever have now tied their season-long winning total after defeating the Storm. With 12 games left in the regular season, they've succeeded. It's an obvious indication of advancement and a credit to the diligence our team has shown. However, the Fever's dominance in the fourth quarter was arguably the most outstanding part of their game versus the Storm. Indiana improved their performance in the last quarter, defeating Seattle 33-17. The ability to close games is what sets competent teams apart from exceptional ones. The Fever took charge of the game and won it handily, not just holding on for the victory. This type of performance instills confidence and establishes the foundation for future accomplishments. The Fever's spectacular outside the arc shooting was a major factor in their fourth quarter comeback. Indiana made 15 of 31 three-pointers as a team, compared against Seattle's 7 of 20. The entire offense is opened up by this ability to spread the floor and make long-range shots, which also makes it simpler for guys like Clark to locate open teammates. But it's not just the Fever's offense that is playing well, they've also made tremendous progress in defense. They're contesting shots more consistently, communicating more effectively, and rotating more skillfully. Their ability to consistently win against strong opponents can be attributed in large part to this two-way growth. The Fever are aiming to move up the standings as they continue to gain momentum. Their record now stands at 13-15, which puts them squarely in the running for the playoffs. From now on, every game is going to be important as they try to qualify for the postseason. In the near future, the Fever have a fantastic chance to carry on their winning run. The Minnesota Lynx, another team vying for a postseason spot, will be their opponent in their upcoming game. It's an opportunity for Indiana to make a statement against a direct rival in addition to adding another victory to their record. The Fever's improved confidence and chemistry will be put to the test in their game against the Lynx. Can they maintain their winning streak against the Storm in a high-stakes match? Is Clark going to keep shattering records? Is Hull able to sustain her breakthrough performance?